are back, raring and ready to go for this matchup between Ryder and RIT. Chef Billy, welcome back, and this is going to be an exciting matchup. Two teams that are right in the middle of the pack right here in EGF.
Yeah, 13th and 15th respectively. RIT coming in on 5 and 7 on the season. And we're looking at Ryder coming in 4 and 8. New York versus New Jersey as well. Ryder being in Lawrence Township, New Jersey. Rochester, of course, in Rochester, New York. It is also another East versus MAC game here. So we are starting on Lijiang Tower once again. Ryder versus Rochester, and we're gonna get to see Control Center first here, so I'm looking for a lot of brawl, and it looks like a little bit difference here between the two teams. Keys looking to bring out the Edgelord himself, and for RIT, they're gonna bring out the Junkrat. This is gonna be a lot of spam damage that Ranger for Ryder is gonna have to eat.
That it is, otherwise it's going to go straight into the shield of Grizzly most likely, and that's not gonna take too many pounds from that rocket or the grenade launcher. Gonna see both teams getting to place roughly at the same time. Gonna be Rochester pushing forward though with a little bit more aggressive nature as that grenade launcher doing a tremendous amount of damage. Pine's able to pick up the pick onto Grizzly, and with that, Ryder gonna back off and RIT takes first control.
Well, I mean, that's a just quick amount of burst coming down. I mean, you're running into so much spam from foliage on the Junkrat. Look at that ult percentage, my word. That is going to be something very, very crucial for Ryder to have to be able to deal with. I think you lose, you lose the Edgelord, you bring out the Junkrat of your own to answer it. Now you're gonna have an induction way to get onto the point. Now it just depends on the rotation they take.
That it does, and also getting Nifty Beam back into the lineup. She fell right before that fight was getting ready to start, so that's going to be another 5 to 10% on the board for RIT because of that late kill. Foliage getting ready to use this Riptire as well. Comes online. Grizzly's shield going down low once again, and Ryder just can't handle all the spam that's coming through from this from the Tigers.
They really can't. I mean, he's trying to make some kind of ingress onto their point, and they just can't do it. They're going to try and hunt down this poor Lucio. Oh my gosh. Stormzy need to go away. The Storm's Eye needs to run fast.
That they do. They get back to their team relatively quickly on that Lucio. She did a good job of regrouping with them. Red University taking a different tactic, a different approach. Now to point Foliage gonna loose this Riptire. It's gonna find the front rather of Ryder. Gonna be taking out. No damage done there. He's though out of the fight, and with that goes their Riptire as well. Seth gonna throw out the Shatter, not gonna find much, but the kills have already been coming in favor of them anyway. Ryder flips the point, but it's gonna go back to RIT in short order.
Yeah, that's fantastic work out of them. I mean, they only dropped it for 12%. They did invest a couple of ultimates into that fight, so, you know, they're not going to have the Shatter. They're not going to have the Tire to go into this fight. Now, what I'm looking for from Ryder, are they going to be able to get anything off of this Tire coming in? They need to do it now as we're crossing 70%.
Yeah, that's going to be a critical threshold there for Ryder University. If they lose this fight, they're going to have to regroup quickly, and it looks like that's exactly what they're going to have to do. Viz, good for a couple of big kills. Ryder now in last fight territory.
Yeah, Storm's Eye has been absolutely fantastic on this Lucio, making sure that they speed in and out of these engagements, and they've just been rocking it as far as that. We see the change coming out from Ranger, trying to get back into the mech quickly, and they do so. Now they've got Tire coming in. Let's see what they got.
It's going to roll around through the outside, going to take a little bit of damage by a turret, and it's not going to have enough health once it gets to the team. Immortality Field was there regardless. Ryder pops that Sadberry to try to keep themselves up, but RIT just waits, and then they're going to do the damage after those shields are down. Grizzly going down very low again. Ranger is out of the fight, and with that, RIT will take the first sub-map here on Lijiang.
The DPS showing up huge there, and Seb had the best shielding of the day. A little bit of wonkiness out of the DPS department for Ryder right off the bat. But, you know, it's only one sub-map, and it depends on where we go to next. So nothing is lost so far. Maybe that's just a better map for RIT. Maybe Ryder does better on Gardens or on Night Market, and that's where we're going to go next.
Yeah, Night Market, one of the most fascinating points. You and I talked about this a little bit at the start of the last match, but this is really an anything goes map. Very, very unique, I think, in Overwatch, in that so many styles can be played here. You can't say that for many other places, especially these smaller sub maps that you get on Control. So gonna be both teams rolling out with a brawl this time. Sagi, though, opting for a little bit of aerial presence.
I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. I think it's smart to be able to throw the poke in from the outside. The only problem is that they're going to have to worry about this teleporting team coming in from Rochester. They're not going to get on the point fast, and they're just going to get decimated if they try to teleport through, which they don't. But I still think Sagi could get a lot of work done, especially with those sticky bombs, working it from the outside and getting a quick duplicate up.
Yeah, they're going to be, I think, tasked with trying to take Foliage out of the fight as well, because that Mei is such a crucial part of this brawl composition. Immortality Field committed early by Nifty B. Good job keeping their team alive just for a moment, though. RIT pushes forward as soon as they see it's down and collapse.
I mean, that's just great pursuit. And look at that. They're giving themselves a way in and out and being able to just mitigate all this damage that Ranger is trying to do on the Diva. But I see you later, Stores Eye says you are not going to be able to play anymore in this fight. Shatter already available to Grizzly. Seb, Grizzly. Reinhardt mind games coming up into this next fight.
Yeah, we're certainly going to see some of those. That fight going to be delayed a little bit because of that pick onto Keys. RIT is doing a great job of finding these stragglers, finding these people at an off angle and taking them out before the fight starts or as the last fight is winding down. And that's giving them a lot of extra percentage. Fight breaking out right now in the choke, and it's going to be Keys caught out at a bad place. They push forward in front of the rest of the team. That's going to allow Rochester to take an early advantage and send Ryder back to spawn.
Well, I mean, we're still looking for these Ryan games here. And if Grizzly can land a fast Shatter here, they can throw the self-destruct in and really break this open because they've got to be decisive in their move. Nice rotation coming up on the top, though.
I do like this approach from them. Gonna be a teleporter right up to that high ground. That allows them to get in a swing. Sagi now gonna be pursued by this. They stop for a moment as they just kind of accept their fate. They realize at the last moment they could have potentially survived, though. Hey, you gotta play it out as hard as you can there, Sagi. Couple of picks coming in, though, in favor of RIT. Once again, we are at last fight territory. Ryder needs to regroup.
I mean, they're doing this all really on the back of just neutral play. They haven't invested any ultimates into this fight. So, Grizzly versus Seb. So far, Seb's gotten the best of it. There goes Grizzly. That was Shatter in a hand.
Oh, that is brutal right there coming out from RIT.
Oh,
they're gonna land a Shatter. The remake kill is in from Viz as well. And with that, RIT in convincing fashion takes the first map.
Can I get a sheesh on the MTD there? Because Seb was just absolutely going ham. Oh my God, so much work done by this Reinhardt. We'll see it here, just swinging with impunity. I mean, just did not care about anybody else and just was letting it loose. So many good strikes here. They just let him have it from the get-go. And really just held on, held space, and just took everything that was available to them. The support line for RIT, just letting Seb go ham. Whoo, boy. Ryder, you need to go back to the drawing board here and figure out how to deal with Seb.
Right now, even though they are close in the standings, there seems to be a wide gap between these two right now. RIT really showing up. The Tigers are fierce today. Ryder University, we're going to a couple payload maps here, or rather, we're going to one payload map here, and frequently we do see some teams that are just not control map teams. Now, RIT had a pretty distinct advantage here. They kept the score line for Ryder fairly low, but like I said, moving on to payloads, whole different kind of game that you play here.
I mean, it depends on, obviously who's on what side of the map, but going to Hollywood. There's some opportunities for Ryder to get themselves back into the series. It just depends on if they're not a control team. I mean, there are just teams out there, even in Overwatch League, that just don't do well on control. So
it's true.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, I always throw that the control map is always an outlier to me. It doesn't really show me a lot. It shows me that you're good at holding a point, but what happens when the point starts moving and other things start going on around? So we'll see what they are going to bring out here as we head into Hollywood. We will see that here very shortly. I think we're just having a couple of issues with the lobby going on, but
we'll get it sorted.
I mean, RIT, I mean, they've got to have a full head of steam behind them. The momentum definitely in their favor right now. It's just going to depend on what Ryder can do to vary it up. if they're going to be on offense or defense. I'll get to more theory crafting about that once we get into the game. But, you know, I'm looking at, you know, the support line for RIT was absolutely massive in that fight. I mean, they were basically using that window on cooldown. So, yeah, I mean,
yeah.
you didn't see a lot of ultimates committed by RIT in the neutral fights. They were just willing to just hold, let their support keep them up, and let them go in and just swing. So the aggression was very much evident there for RIT. They are 5-7 on the season, 5-7 on the season. They're looking to go to 6-7. They're looking to get themselves into the end of the season playoffs. And we're going to see Rider University actually come out on the defense first. So double shield here with a couple of hit scans. You're going to have the damage boosted Ash with that aim down sights. That's 195 for a headshot. But look at this. There might be a little bit of double bubble action coming out from RIT. This could be a bit interesting if they decide to stay with it.
It certainly could. I like double bubble. One of the most fun compositions to play. And if I'm playing Winston, it's certainly the one that I'm looking forward to the most. This is going to play a little bit slow, right? The idea behind the double bubble is to build up that nano boost, build up that Zarya charge. So Seb gonna have to go in and stay alive, which is not what they do, but a massive anti-nade lands onto Ryder. They're still gonna be good for a couple of kills, though. Pine's not able to stay alive in the backline, and they shake that off, but the Storm's Eye, they've got quite the eye.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was a fantastic anti. I mean, already 44% towards their first nano. That's going to be the impetus for Seb to really get a lot of work done. I'm worried about this double bubble look, especially going into double shield. How much pressure are you actually going to be able to get, and how much cleave are you going to be able to get with that Winston up there?
They're going to have a much more successful dive this time around, but I can't say the same for Pines. They're taken out of the fight very, very quickly. Viz doing a little bit of damage. Doesn't quite have the charge they need yet, but that's going to change relatively quickly. Couple of picks coming in for Rider University, though. That's going to seal this fight in their favor one more time. But now, the RIT composition starting to get the ults that they need online. But look at this. Twitchio already from Rider with the Amp Matrix.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That was going to be a great denial of space tool for Twitchio to be able to throw in there. I'm looking at Poppy. I mean, you've got the Mercy boost going on. I think I would let the Echo go in by themselves and just let them fend for themselves. Oh my God, foliage though, beautiful work.
Twitchio out of the fight early means no amplification matrix, no big heals, and with that, this double bubble composition finds its target, finds its prime, and finds what it needs. But an Exit Killer 2 in favor of Rider University, that can slow things down for RIT. Bob gonna be committed. That's gonna be just more time that it's gonna take for them to get this point captured. They do get one tick on the board, but Rider absolutely has an opportunity to contest here.
They did, but I mean, we saw the primal pop by Seb and actually threw the bomb off the point. Oh no, that is a big window coming in.
That is absolutely massive. We got the supercharger as well. So much damage, but throughout it all, RIT is still able to manage and get a couple of kills. Big kudos right there to the sports, keeping them up through that barrage of damage.
I mean, that was just disgusting, and it looks like we might be having a switch of takes lines coming up here. I think Grizzly's going to try to go for the Reinhardt after they get this gravitic flux off. I mean, I would throw I would probably throw the oh gosh. I mean, you could throw the tack visor into that and then see what you can make stick, especially with Nifty Bean if you get the damage boost there. But duplicate available to Foliage right now, not even taking advantage of it. There we go.
Now it's gonna come in, and let's see what it can do. A tremendous amount. The gravitic flux comes in, but it's gonna be a little late. Does a good amount of damage, but RIT gonna be able to handle all of it. Foliage now with their second self-destruct, gonna launch it towards the spawn. Oh my gosh, Soldier Tracer just barely escapes. But I don't know how much they're gonna be able to do. It looks as though Viz, though, bit off more than they can chew.
Yeah, absolutely, and we do see Grizzly swap over to the Winston, so we're gonna have the Echo, or we're gonna have the Mirror there. But Storm's Eye already has the Nano ready to go again, so you throw that in there, you let Seb go crazy, and they're not gonna have any kind of staying power in this next fight.
No, they're not, unless they pop this Valkyrie, but it looks as though there's already too many picks in the books. Nifty Bean, she's just going to accept her fate, head back to spawn, and with that, RIT is going to be able to capture this first point. Although Saki and Keys combined for a couple of kills, the res is going to come in. There's still a possibility, but it's going to be nipped in the bud rather quickly.
Yeah, Primal to really secure the point there. Those two exit picks really did do their number on Rider University. So 4 minutes left on the clock here to get through the camera scene here, and we'll see, you know, here in the studio, if they can get everything done. They do have a pulse bomb ready to go for Ryder. I want to see where they go with it. You gonna have to look for the Ana here, Jungle God. That's their big impetus. That's been a lot of their entry into these fights.
Storm's Eye, she has done a tremendous job for this RIT crew. I mean, that's, you know, we said before, the Ana is one of the keys to this, and they have absolutely been there the entire time. Speaking of keys, they're going to come out big with a pick on the step. So now you don't have that initiation, you don't have that frontline presence. It is going to get res, so that's going to be back. And with Foliage, with the duplicate, we can see a big push coming in. Self-destruct now launched by Ranger. Grizzly going to be good for one, and that's going to be Seb. So the only main tank they have is the duplicated one. They barely get the Primal Rage in time. Sleep and Anti-Nade comes in though, but is it going to be enough to dissuade this Primaling Monkey, this Furious George in the backline? They're unable to get it done, and with that, RIT is going to be able to continue to push forward.
Oh, I giggle every time I hear Furious George because it's just one of the most fantastic nicknames of an ultimate. But let's talk about the change here that we see coming in. I mean, Keys bringing in the Reaper. That is absolutely massive. Big Graviton Surge.
Massive.
Oh, my word.
That is going to do a lot of damage to the Rider squad. We got a Primaling Grizzly, though, on point. That could slow things down a bit, but Viz is chunking in so much damage to this D.Va, and she can't do anything about it. D-Mech is going to come in. Foliage is out of the fight, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. The respawns are in the favor of Rider University, but they keep not being able to stay on point very long. Now we've got Nifty Bean and Twitchio out on point, though they're going to be able to keep some of these players alive, and RIT's push has been stalled out a little bit, but only for a short moment in time as Twitchio goes down. Again, no supports left for Ryder, and now they've got Foliage back in the fight for RIT. Self-destruct to clear a little bit of space from Ranger. It's only going to last for so long, though. They've got Wrecking Ball out now to try and stall, and this is turning into quite the job now for RIT. They're having a hard time capping this, and in fact, with two falling, Ryder will hold.
I don't believe that they held there. I mean, I'm shocked that actually worked because
that was amazing.
Viz was glowing like a tree. Had the bubble management going around, just the quick respawns, the quick turnaround there from Ryder, especially the support line, being able to deal with that big stick.
Oh!
What a stick from Sugi! Or Soggy.
Pines recalls into Poppy, or dashes into Poppy for the 2K.
That's fantastic work, and you go GG, go next to the next fight. I mean, that's just dirty coming in. I mean, look at this stick coming in. Soggy just says, nay, you're not making any more progress. Have a good day. Thank you. See you. Bye.
Yep, here comes one more time. Look, they blinked back right into the Mercy. You saw her there at the last moment. Unlucky. You gotta, when those hit, you gotta freeze. Seb, already good for a pick on the Twitchio. That is absolutely massive. The pulse bomb lands as well. And with that, RIT will take the final point. But it took them all but 40 seconds to do it. So, Ryder has to be feeling really good about that stall.
That, I mean, they came in with 4 minutes on the clock, and you bust it down to 40 seconds-ish. That's a win in anybody's book, and I mean, 3:20 off the clock there. They weathered the storm about as well as you could, and it took a Foliage Winston duplicate to get the wherewithal to get them off of the point. The Graviton Surge Big Bang combo coming in from Pines and Viz, that was pretty big as well. 2K in their own right, so we shall see what Ryder will be able to do here on their offense. They've got to have a little bit extra oomph in their sails right now, Jungle God, because that was a fantastic defense. 3:20, like I mentioned before, off the clock when they came in with 4 minutes. So are they going to be able to go in and have a fun time with this? Are they going to be able to bring the double bubble action again? Because I do not hate that whatsoever. We'll see how Ranger can do here if they end up going with that. But RIT bringing out on the defense. They've got Pines and Foliage on the same heroes they had before. 7 Viz, no change there. Big difference that I'm seeing right now is Poppy on this Brigitte. So want to be playing up close and personal with the tank line. Want to be able to get that Inspire uptime going. And then you've got the extra CC as well. So that might be something that they're not expecting. Look at Ryder. Look at Ryder's bringing out this. Could be absolute filth if they can work it.
That it can. Sagi on the Genji. Love to see it. And that means we've got Nano Blades potentially in play. Not just a Nano Winston, right? Twitchio's going to have 2 targets that they can potentially give that boost to. Poppy, I like this on the Brigitte as well because the Storm's Eye has to stay alive for this composition to work. Oh. Nasty anti-nade lands. That's going to be Storm's Eye out of the fight very quickly. Poppy down to just a sliver of health as well. And RIT is going to have to back off and give a lot of room and space to this Rider crew while they wait for the Storm's Eye to respawn. Poppy, though, pushing back in. This might not be the wisest of moves as this composition is going to be diving on you quickly. Poppy gets a little bit of health, but it's not going to be enough. Sagi is there to try and deal with this RIT front line. This is down Seb with just a sliver of health, and Rider looks to me like they might be a payload kind of team.
Oh my goodness, this is exactly what they needed as well. I mean, they've got the dash ability going in. They've got the reflect, which they probably were not expecting there from the Cyber Ninja. And man, keys on this Reaper. We saw it happen on point 3 where they got a lot of value out of it. They're getting it again. Grizzly going in very aggressive.
Ooh, Grizzly maybe biting off a little more than they could use. Sagi down to 1 HP and a dream. They make it out. The heals are there. Oh, I'm glad we caught that on camera. That was tremendous. Love to see it. They've almost got this blade online as well. Twitchio has the nano in tow as well. Likely going to see it committed soon. Seb going down very, very low. They're getting chased pretty hard as well. Here comes the Nano Blade. Excellent time to let it strike. It's going to be stunned. Can they finish off Poppy? They're down to just 10 HP. No, they can't. The Brig doing exactly what they needed to do for RET. But in the meantime, the Storm's Eye is down once again. She's having a hard time staying alive, and that is not good. Ryder is striking where it hurts RET.
Yep, this is fantastic work from Ryder. I mean, this is the clapback that we were hoping for. We're looking for Pines now to get some work done, get the stall committed. Sagi looking for more work out of the Cyber Ninja. These bashes coming from Poppy, though, are absolutely massive.
Yeah, she is getting a tremendous amount of value out of this Brigitte pick, doing exactly what she needs to do right now. Nice picks coming in, though, once again from Rider University. They're doing a great job pushing against this RIT squad. 32 HP, can Seb make it out? Oh, they almost make it to the health pack. You hate to see it, but what you don't hate is how quickly Rider is making it through this map right now. I thought RIT had a good pace, but we got the fight breaking out again. Grizzly gonna pop that Primal Rage, just pummeling the backline into this corner. He comes in with a pick on the Viz, though. So, Rider University once again in a good spot, especially with this rally at their back as well. And these supports from RIT, despite going down, they stayed up for so long.
That is incredible work out of both. They were just supporting each other, cuddled in the corner for comfort.
Right?
And they actually withstood it. Poppy stayed alone.
That.
That is just fantastic. I mean, look at that. The charge that came back after they popped the rally, they were already halfway to another rally. So,
yeah,
man, yeah. I mean, you love to see it. Look at that. The Rochester RIT, they have swapped their support line out. They've also brought Seb back out onto the Reinhardt, and you're looking at Pines on the Cassidy. So there are options here for Rochester to stop this Nano Blade that's about to come in.
Yeah, there certainly is an opportunity. Well, but Keys has the Theft Blossom as well. You can probably stop one, but I don't know about two. Gonna drop it. They go down to very low health. They've already used the Fade. They have to get out. Sagi, though, in for a kill onto the Storm's Eye. That is the opening that they potentially needed. RIT is swapped over to this Brawl composition now. Seb is good for a kill onto Sagi, though. That's pretty big. He's dropping it for the Death Blossom now. And a nano-boosted rivaling Winston. This is so much damage coming into RIT. And despite how phenomenal these supports have been, there's just nothing they can do in the face of this damage. And Ryder is gonna finish with almost 4 minutes on the clock.
What a nano primal. Give Twitchio a massive gold star in that fight. They withstood, RIT withstood Death Blossom. But then the nano primal on top of that, that is just disgusting amount of power coming into them. 316 the difference in time banks. So, RIT, what can you get done in a minute? Because you're looking very much on the back foot here on our hybrid map of Hollywood. I want to see what Ryder comes out with, because they kind of got rolled on the first point. And I mean, Streets phase wasn't much better for them, so we need to see a better defensive stand come out here for Ryder. I don't hate this look whatsoever. I think this is a fantastic look for them. They're going to have the Brawl. They're going to have the Anti available to them as well. So you've got, you know, a bit of group healing once the Inspire uptime comes up from Nifty Bean. But what you're really looking for is Twitchio, once again, to keep pumping that healing in, getting that nano built as fast as possible, and letting Grizzly just go ham again, because we saw how good they were with those primal mechanics twice. Just juggling people and having fun with their lunch.
Indeed. Grizzly has really shown their prowess, I think, on this Winston, right? Like, they had a good rhyme, but I feel like their Winston is their strong suit so far. RIT, yeah, once again, opting for the double bubble defense. Didn't go great for him the first time. Let's see if they have more luck now. It's gonna be Seb going down early on, so it looks like they are not. Grizzly with a huge pick right there. They only needed to do a soft dive, really, to start building charge, but they've already come away with high ground control. So, or rather, Ryder still has high ground control. Seb didn't get the dive in like they wanted. Apologies, I had my sides flipped right there. This is now final opportunity for RIT to make something happen.
The big deal right now is Foliage is already 51% to Deadeye for Cassidy, so that's what we're going to be looking for. And look at the charge. Storm's Eye once again, big anti onto the members of Ryder. This could be their go point.
This absolutely could. Seb gonna be booped down onto the low ground now, 8 seconds before somebody from RIT has to touch. Pine seems they can find an off angle to approach the point, but they can't. Foliage has firm control over this high ground now. Starting to deal in some damage to Soggy. They're going down dangerously low. Overtime starting to take over. Somebody from RIT has to touch. Deadeye now in Q4. Foliage, they're able to get a pick, but there's 2 in favor of Ryder. Can the Deadeye swing it in their favor? No, it can't. And with that, and a nano boost on a Grizzly, Ryder will hold.
Good Lord, they had it in their hands. Foliage got to the Deadeye, and just the shielding, the sustain of Ryder University kept them up throughout it. And I mean, they absolutely closed in and found the gap and then found the kills. So 1 tick to rule them all here to bring our series even. And Ryder's got to be feeling pretty darn happy with that hold.
Yeah, they really do. They have to be feeling very good about their chances to just come away with 1 tick. Just 33% progress on the point. That's all they need. And we saw just how quickly Ryder was able to smash through the RIT defense first. I like that RIT is recognizing that and changing their composition to adjust. But I don't know about this backline. Ah, there we go.
There we go. So yeah, so I mean, Pines is going to come out to deal with what they are anticipating, and they are correct in that assumption of the Soggy Genji. And I mean, we're looking for Foliage to be able to bring out some of that vision control. Also, good amount of shield break with the Storm Arrows. So we'll see what they can bring out here. I'd rather see a Baptiste here, to be honest, just to have that available, and the Immortality Field to keep them up through the fights, build up towards that window, give them a lot of extra stuff. But we'll see what they can do here with this composition coming out. Ryder feeling very, very comfortable with themselves right now.
Oh, yeah, they have to be feeling fantastic. They're going to get a quick peek at what this composition is. They know that there's a Torbjorn in play, and massive anti-nade again from the Storm's Eye. Grizzly taken out before they even get a chance to peek from a log from Foliage.
I mean, that's exactly what they need. They need an early initial pick. Storm Arrows are getting their work done, holding off nicely. Pines looking for another place to put this turret at. You know, they've gotten what they need out of it. We haven't seen Soggy switch yet. Here comes the dive in.
Yeah, here comes that dive. We're going to see the Fortify committed early. Keys already down and out. Seb doing a great job there. Pines combines for another. And Ryder University getting stalled at the moment by this anti-dive composition.
Yep, they are getting so much work done. That was a huge pull from Seb, getting the value on the donkey horse. So you love to see that. We're going to see what they have going in this next fight. They're already going to have Dragon Strike available in this fight.
Oh, but look at this. Twitchio already out of the fight again. Foliage coming alive on the Hanzo. I think that Ryder may have to consider a wholesale change in their approach here, because this isn't just, you know, this isn't, at the moment it isn't close, right? RIT is winning these very, very consistently and easily.
Yeah, I mean, it's just all about the angles. I mean, they have not been able to dislodge this high ground Grizzly has not been able to get this Primal up. That's what they need.
That is absolutely what they need. 2 quick picks. The tank line of RIT is gone. Twitchio commits the nano, but I'm not sure how much work it's gonna have, how much effect it'll have. But Pines comes back with a pick on Sagi. That could start to swing things back in their favor, but they've got a tough road to climb still ahead. Now we're gonna see Poppy getting pummeled, but RIT with a huge comeback. The Molten Core doing a tremendous amount of work. Step swaps to the Wrecking Ball, and with that, RIT holds again. I can't believe it.
No, they believe it because they won that fight on the back of the ability to kite away. Also, do not discount Poppy on this Mercy, bringing back Viz and really setting the tone for them to turn that fight in their favor. Let's also give a big nod to Pines with a beautiful Molten Core and a couple of rivet shots to the domes of Rider University. We are at 1:45. Remember, they started with 4:16 on the clock.
Yeah, this is an absolutely tremendous hold from Rochester. Nanaboo's gonna be committed now. This uses their Gravitic Flux. I don't know if it found anybody this time around, but it doesn't seem to matter as there's no DPS for left for Ryder. Winston Prattling on point alone, not gonna result in much, and with that, we're down to just 1.5 minutes. This is 2, maybe 3 fights.
Oh, I'm gonna give it 2, but Ranger does have an answer here. Self-destruct ready to go. Nano Blade will be available in the next fight as well, and the rally. So you're going to have the armor up. You're going to pull a lot of resources out with this self-destruct. That's going to be the big impetus for them to get in. Sagi's going to have to land a massive one here.
A massive anti-nade lands from Twitchio. The self-destruct is good. The Nano Blade is doing what it needs to do, and I don't know if RIT is going to be able to kite away from this one. Sliced through is Viz. And with that, Rider University is going to take this final point. 1 exit pick courtesy of Seb, but there's no way they get back in time. The Murder Moth is there, but they're not going to be able to do anything. Rider evens up the score line.
Oh, but it took them all the time. Oh my goodness, what a fantastic turnaround there from Rider University. I mean, Pines doing everything they could on this Torbjorn. They almost got the hold there. They almost pulled the draw out. Man, fantastic work out of all the teams. This is turning into a knockdown, drag 'em out fight. I'm here for it. You're here for it. My goodness. We're going to head off to a quick little break here, but don't go away because this exciting match number 2 of week 13 will be back in just a few moments. We'll see you then.
Welcome back to the action, everyone, and action is what we have a lot of today between these two teams. Ryder and RIT fighting and clawing for every inch, tied at 1 apiece as we head to the cherry blossom strewn locale of Hanamura.
Hey, that's behind me right now.
It is!
So,
Look at that!
yeah, I mean, this is going to be a very interesting map. I'm very excited to see how this is going to play out between these two teams because Ryder came storming back here in game number 2. So game number 3, Hanamura 2CP assault, whatever you want to call it. I mean, we might as well just go ahead and concede the first point between the way these two teams have been fighting all day. There will be no quarter given. There will be no extra chances given. I'm going to go ahead and concede the first point to both teams. It's going to come down to second point. And, oh, Rochester bringing out Spam and Poke. Let's see how they deal with this.
Spam and poke for days, explosions everywhere is what RIT has on the menu for us. Gonna have a Foley starting to layer in some of these rockets. Ryder gonna be looking for this TP, but if it can be disrupted by either of the concussive blast or rockets from these RIT players, this could be key. But gonna get a rotation instead. It looks like coming in from the Ryder squad. They're not gonna go for a typical TP play. I'm curious as to how they're gonna do this. Oh, they TP'd into the hallway, of course.
Yeah, I love the rotation that they're taking. They don't take the normal route and the normal path of ingress here into the point. And Grizzly is going to get a lot of work done here with that cannon once again. And the anti comes in big from Stormeye.
Yeah, that's going to be Seb going down. Trades are happening at the moment. This is out of mech as well, so got to give the advantage at the moment to Ryder University. But look at the kills coming in for RIT. Grizzly is able to take one. Storm's Eye still in the fight, though. This could still go either way. Going to have to deliver that that nade to themselves. They do get the D-mech as well onto D.Va. They get the kill. And with that, I believe RIT will hold, but by the skin of their teeth.
Oh no, Stormeye gets alive! They're still alive!
Wow!
Whoa, okay.
The Storm's Eye, it just non-stop impressing me this game. Both of the supports for RIT. That is a strong suit of that team.
Strong. Stonks are up for those two. Barrage available again to Foliage, so Ryder's really going to have to watch their ingress on this one, but Seb, once again, is on this Reinhardt and is just not taking no for an answer.
No, they are not. They're getting ready to say yes to an Earth Shatter as well. That's going to be up and online very soon. In fact, all of RIT's ults will be.
Good lord, this is going to be a very dynamic fight for them. Photon Barrier can actually protect them against quite a bit of this, and if they layer in the amplification matrix into this, Ryder actually has quite a few tools here to deal with this, especially if they get the Bob up as well.
Oh, beautiful TP to the point. The barrage, though, takes out Grizzly. Nano Boost delivered as well. They're going to pick up the straggler, Soggy. Twitchio connects onto Poppy, so now they don't have their Mercy Star in the lineup. Pine's going to launch this Riptire, and it connects. Despite going down by 1, RIT will, in fact, hold. And now, just about 2, maybe 3 fights again for Ryder on this map.
Can I take back my original comment of just conceding the point? I did not expect that to fly that way, and I mean, I'm here for it. But Rochester still has tools in their back pocket. 75 seconds left on the clock here. They still have their self-destruct. They're going to get another nano, I'm sure of it, by all this damage coming in. Storm's Eye has been so good all day. Let's see if they can do it again.
They're going to start to push through this choke, but Seb is there with the rocket hammer. Viz follows up with the self-destruct. They're going to continue trying to push the point, but there's just no way they make it.
No, I mean, and Bob, I thought Bob was going to get a lot of work done. I thought the Primal was going to get a lot done, but Seb says, my hammer's better than your Tesla cannon, bye-bye.
That they do. Instead of the pen beats the sword, it's the hammer beats the electricity, I guess, in this case. I had to stretch quite far for that comparison. I wish I could take that back like your prediction. But we're going to get a pause coming in. Last fight territory, though. Ryder has to make something up this. But you know what? They do have a win condition on the board.
They do. And they've also taken percentage off the point. So we're definitely not going to have Dronamura here. So, you know, it just depends on how they aggress in. I think they should have probably kept the Bob in their back pocket, especially once that barrage came out from foliage and took your main tank down. They probably should have kept their finger off the Q button there. But I still think that they have enough to push in with here. They're just going to have to be very savvy with how they go in, especially with the ultimates that are coming up for RIT. So, man, 27 seconds is not a lot of time to get themselves on the point and get the work done that they need. I would like to see the swap over to a Mei, running it in with the Symmetra there. Get that wall up, cordon them off from their healers, and, you know, almost running it like the Ice Cold comp. Getting that in there, getting the wall up, and being able to just deny all that healing coming in to Seb, because Seb has just been standing tall on the point. Grizzly has not been able to win that battle of the main tank. So, you know, this might be just a little bit of time for them, you know, while we're waiting for a connection issue is what I'm going to assume, is, you know, the fact that, yeah, it seems like it's going to be a little bit more of a technical issue that we were expecting. So we're going to throw it to a quick little break. Don't go away. We will be back with you guys in just a few moments once we get this sorted out.
Everybody is safe and sound after an unexpected fire alarm at RIT. During the break, I was actually telling Chef Billy that I am an alma mater. RIT is my alma mater, so I'm very familiar with the fire alarms going off at RIT. It houses the National Technical Institute of the Deaf, and they're primed and on high alert. So we are back into the match, though. Just 20 seconds left to go, Chef Billy.
Well, I mean, they've got tools to repel. A lot going on here.
Whoa!
Oh my God, that's disgusting.
That's gonna seal the deal, I think, for RIT on their defense. Rider University not gonna get any more than 60.4 on the board for them, but that is definitely enough to take home a win on Hanamura if they can hold even harder.
I mean, we saw it earlier today. We saw full hold. So it just depends on what Ryder's going to have coming out the gate here for their defensive stand, because Rochester really stood up to the spam damage that came in. I mean, having Pines on the Junkrat there was absolutely disgusting, and they just didn't have any kind of answer to it. The twin threats of the poke damage from afar and then the up close burst damage of a Junkrat, they just didn't have a chance. Honestly, they got what they got on the back of really good pushes, but I mean, RIT just they never bent. I mean, we saw it once again.
Right.
Storm's Eye, 3 health in a dream, and stayed alive on the point, even with Symmetra turrets trying to burn them down.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I will live on! And they did so.
Storm's Eye stays very cool under pressure. Exceptionally cool under pressure. Both her and Poppy do, actually, I'd say. That's one of, I think, the defining characteristics of these two support players, is they stay cool under pressure. And that is something you want from your backline, because you know the front line's going to be trying to apply it to them, right? They're public enemy number 1 towards the other team, right? They need to get them out. So huge props to them again.
Oh, they're going to try and get some charge going up here quickly for their ultimates. They're going to try and rotate the point using this helper. They're going to go high first. What a good angle there.
Oh!
Pines, good Lord.
With keys out of the equation, things are going to be a lot easier for RIT. They're going to start pushing onto point. Grizzly goes down very low, taken out by Sim. Now the microwave starting to do its work. It is turned on to high. Put 3 minutes on the clock, but you might not even need that much time to cook this turkey from Rider University. RIT gonna be able to come away with the second map win.
Yep, that was just easy for them. And once they took the soldier out of the situation and the equation there, RIT just pours onto the point. You get that Symmetra beam leveled up to number 3, and it is GG's go next. So we see RIT going on to match point here. Remember, this is 13 versus 15 seed here so far in the season. Big tire from Pine, and we just saw the work get done. Everybody says, oh, you don't have any skill to play Junkrat. Oh, you don't have to have any skill. Yeah, right. That was a point-blank shot. I mean, that was a beautifully weighted grenade going into them. So, Ryder, I mean, they just didn't have the wherewithal to push in. I think a little bit cagey on the Ash pick. I think you need to go with either a soldier or you need to go with a Cassidy to deal with the Pharah in the sky. Because Pharah had a lot of poke, a lot of sustainability with that Mercy tether, and then nobody dealt with the Junkrat. They couldn't get in far enough to deal with the Junkrat. So, and when you do, I mean, you've got instant spam damage. You saw it happen there with the play of the game. Pines showing their wares on the Australian bomber.
Yeah, tremendous work coming out from them. And, you know, I feel like for the rest of the series, I'm going to have to give the edge to RIT. And here's my rationale, right? When we went to Lijiang Tower and Hanamura, it was pretty one-sided. RIT took that handily. When we went to Hollywood, despite Ryder coming away with the win, RIT gave them a good shot, or they gave it a good shot. They were closer, I feel like, to having success on Hollywood than Ryder was on either of the 2 other maps. So, as we move back into a payload map, certainly, I think Ryder has the advantage here, but RIT is going to make it hard for them.
I mean, if RIT brings out a Pharah again, GG's go next because they did not deal with the pharmacy whatsoever.
Right.
Now there's more room to navigate. It's not that concentrated choke that we see on Haramura. There's a lot more sky ceiling. There's a lot more area that you can kind of tread upon. So the Pharah may be a good choice for RIT. I think that you need to look at the hit scan, not bringing the Ashe into the fight with that, even with the Bob, which I love. I also think that maybe a Zenyatta might be a good choice for them if they're going to go up against an aerial comp like that. Throwing that Discord orb onto the pharmacy, especially trying to get the Mercy out of the fight first, might be a better way for them to address this. So Ryder, facing match point down, it's 2-1 here in our series, week number 13. And I mean, based upon the moving of the payload, I'm going to give the slight edge to Ryder here, and Ryder is going to be on the defense first, so we're going to see what they got coming out. Looks like they're flashing us a little bit of this double shield. I don't hate that whatsoever. If you're going to run double hit scan here, I would rather see the Mercy, honestly. Give them some kind of extra damage boost, especially with those aim down sights.
Yeah,
I would venture to put that out there, but they're going to want to close the gap. They're going to want to bunker up here. So, I mean, Twitchio is going to have a lot of work on their hands. I'm not sure how the Brigida really plays into this composition, other than close quarter fighting when you have to engage the point. You want to get that uptime going. But, I mean, look at what RIT is flashing us here. Brawl with a little bit of extra oomph in the tank busting department.
Yeah, a little bit extra is putting it mildly, I think. When you've got Foliage on the Reaper, that is a lot of extra tank busting damage and shield mitigation as well. And no Symmetras to be found here, of course. No microwave on the table. And I just want to issue a personal apology, Chef Billy, because I suggested at the end of that last match cooking a turkey in a microwave, and I feel like you just had to be biting your tongue that entire time.
I let it pass. But now that you bring it up again, oh no, Immortality Field already out. Suki's getting a lot of work. Sagi's getting a lot of work done with this Ashe, and yeah.
Wow.
I mean, they're holding. I'm surprised they're holding. They've held. Oh, Twitchio has put out the fire.
Look at that.
Look at that charge. I mean, look at all the charge for Ryder. I mean, both tanks got a butt ton of ult charge there. Twitchio is going to have this this amplification matrix from the top of Big Earls. I mean, that's just going to be able to pour damage down, especially if they come out this small little hole. Oh, they've done the rotation here.
Beautiful rotation coming out from RIT. They're going to catch Ryder University a little off guard, but they still have the advantage in the ult department. Seth getting close to the shatter, though. One more swing, and that does it. He's out of the fight, as is Foliage. It's going to be a 5v5 here. Gravitic Flux going to land for Grizzly, and with that, a lot of players go down low. Poppy going to be taken out from RIT, and with your big heals gone, that's going to make you back up fast.
Oh my goodness, what a pull from Ranger. On the donkey horse, I am living for this. Ranger, hello! I did not know that you had the main tank in you, but my goodness, the Orisa, the donkey horse, my favorite player in the whole game! Getting the work done, and let's just notice the majesty of the reindeer Orisa.
The majesty, indeed.
The majesty. It's the majesty, and that's what it's all about.
It is. You know, it might be a skin dip at this point, right? That reindeer dip leading the charge right now. Don't want to be messing with that, Red Nose. As Seb is finding out, they take a tremendous amount of damage, but Poppy's going to be able to heal them up. Poppy also has this Ant Matrix. We're going to see this Barrier committed early. That's going to connect for several kills. And RIT will finally be able to break through this stellar defense that Ryder has provided.
Oh, and I mean, it was a sound barrier diff right there. That was the reason why they got through the choke there. The sound barrier investment was huge and allowed them just to push on there, and then you see the amp speed coming from the Storm's Eye. This support line, once again, Juggle God, has been nothing short of phenomenal. And we're seeing it happen once again. Death Blossom online for Foliage. Where are you going to go with this? Tentatively, you know, you want to see them pull out the immortality barrier first and then let him go in with this tornado warning. We'll see. Bob is also going to be available in this fight, though, so there are tools to mitigate that damage.
There certainly are, and that Deadeye could as well just really zone out and give an opportunity as well for the Bob to really hit. Bob going to be committed first. Soggy goes down to a little over a quarter health. But look at this. RIT has successfully navigated around the Bob, made it a non-issue, and are starting to take care of them on the high ground. Death Blossom going to be committed by Foliage, not going to find any kills. In fact, they find themselves looking for help. Grizzly going to get stunned, but they're still getting the work done. Deadeye from Keys for Ryder. That's going to shut down anything RIT was trying to do.
Good night. Thank you, good night. And Self-Destruct was invested, the Shatter was invested, and they got not for it. I mean, what a great rotation. First of all, they came from RIT. They mitigated the effectiveness of the Bob, but then they just got absolutely stymied. Nifty Bean won that fight for them with Rally, and with just having that uptime with the Inspire, living through everything that RIT threw at them. So, big window coming out.
Fire Strike thrown through it, not going to find any kills this time around. The Immortality Field there to keep them alive. Pine's trying to do some damage now from this high ground. They've been able to successfully get Ryder onto the low ground. Now Ranger looking for health at the moment, unless they're going to find themselves outside of their mech, and they don't want that to happen. Poppy pops the Amplification Matrix as well, this time for RIT. The Fire Strike not finding its target, but Foliage certainly does. Seb goes for the charge, misses their target, but unfortunately doesn't go too far away. Self-Destruct now committed as Grizzly falls. Ranger will find Pines around the corner, but RIT still coming away with this fight win.
Yeah, I mean, they win it, and very handily, too. Oh, there goes the late D-Mech. Oh, no, the late D-Mech is going to absolutely stall them out even more. This could be the entire point here for them. It just depends on what kind of heroes that Ryder bring back here. Grizzly does have Shatter, and Seb knows that he doesn't have it, so we're going to see these Reinhardt mind games coming into play here. I think they've got to recontest here, otherwise this could be a snowball. Going into point number C, oh my god, that is a huge strike.
Fire Strike tweaks out Twitch, yo, and without those big heals, it's going to be up to Nifty Bean. She's got the rally ready to go, but is it going to come in time? Bob does a little bit of damage, but there's already 2 kills, 3 in favor of RIT. That's going to be them capping this point with just 40 seconds left to spare.
Well, I mean, you still
Wait!
got... Keys was on the point. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Oh, okay, was it all for naught? They bring the Moira out.
The Moira stall. Oh. Can anyone else keep it up? No. That was a tremendous effort, though, from Ryder. You have to applaud that.
I do applaud it, but look how expensive it was for them. It cost them 3 ultimates just to get that point, so... Whoo! I mean, we're looking... Oh. Soggy, watch your 6!
Whoa! Soggy there, able to take Foliage out of the fight. Now RT has a lot less pushing power for this next stretch of the map. They're going to get it around the corner, though, relatively easily. Soggy goes down low due to some aggression there from Viz. They are going to escape with their life, but now Foliage has had time to rejoin them. Poppy going to use this Amplification Matrix very soon. Now we've got the Shatter as well from Seb online. Fire Strike thrown through that Matrix. Doesn't find anyone this time. Foliage seeing if they can take down somebody in the back or just get more damage into that shield of Grizzly. See if they can expand those cracks into a break. They've almost got the Dragon Strike once again. Grizzly connects onto, or Poppy connects onto Grizzly,
oh my God.
rather. Shatter lands. Here comes the sound barrier as well to usher them into these last few stretches, these last few feet of Route 66. It's all but theirs. Just the only thing that Ryder can do is stagger at this point if they can even touch.
Good God. They took point C so quick.
Yeah.
On the back of that Amplification Matrix, I mean, poor Grizzly shield just went bye-bye. There was nothing they could do. I mean, they were flashing it, trying to conserve as much health as they could. But once the shield of Grizzly went down, that was GG's go next, because the Shatter was available to Seb, and Seb says, I will take this very thankfully. Shatter down, cleanup done. Now, we'll see what Ryder University can do on their attack phase. I want to see how Rochester are going to come out defensively, because we saw a couple of looks from them. We saw a couple of looks from Ryder as well. They were really invested in their tank lines. So
Yeah.
I want to see, what they bring out. Pines bringing out a little something different that you don't see very often.
Ooh.
And I'm wondering what vantage point we're going to see from the Widowmaker here. This is actually quite interesting to me. Oh, especially going up against double bubble and the shielding of Nifty Bean. Oh, this is going to be difficult indeed.
Yeah. Pine's gonna have to find their footing pretty quick here on this map, because Grizzly is not gonna give them much time to spare to get those headshots in. Soggy either. Pines is gonna have to hit his shots fast. That's gonna be the key here, I think, for RIT. And if that doesn't happen, it's gonna make things very difficult. But RIT pushed very far forward. They may be able to put the pressure on before they get to jump onto this Widowmaker. In fact, that's what we're going to see. Seth gets stunned, but they're creating a lot of space. Storm's not able to take Twitchio out, and great play right there. Ranger follows shortly thereafter, and RIT has a great spawn hold going up on Route 66 of all places. It's not unheard of, but it's rare.
It is really, really rare, but they were sneaky, and you love to see it. Now they know it's coming, and look, they had to pop them off the tracer, so now you've got a better target in Soggy on this Ninja. We'll see what they can get done with it.
That we will. Foliage going to be dropping onto this Rider squad from the back line. This connects for a kill. That's going to be Nifty Bean out of the fight. Seth falls asleep, goes down very low, but once again, the support's there to save the day for RIT, and this is looking different than Hollywood. Let me just say that.
This is looking very much different, and look at Rider University. They have swapped their tank line up immediately after those first two fights. We were going to see the mirror there in the tank line. I need to see Keys get a little bit more work done, even though they have passed Foliage in that department. Oh my gosh, Pines gets a headshot onto the Nana, but the anti-nade comes through huge.
Oh, Shatter gonna be dodged barely by Keys due to that Wraith form, but the charge still lands onto the rest of them. RIT finally falls, but look at how much time they burn off the clack. I'd be thrilled with that if that were on Hanamura, or not Hanamura, listen to me, Havana, someplace you see it a little bit more regularly.
Of course. We see the immediate change now. Once the kill came through, Pines going over to the Cassidy. Nano Blade available in this fight. Poppy's going to have to be very, very judicious with this.
Yeah, they absolutely are. Self-destruct going to be thrown in early. That's going to take out the Immortality Field, but nothing else. Soggy taken out on a dive. Pines catches them with the flash. Foliage going to be able to take out the support, but not before they take them out as well. So, got to give some props now to the support line of Ryder coming up with a kill right there.
6-pack of ultimates ready to go for Ryder University. So, this is going to be a very dynamic fight. It's all going to be about managing the cooldowns and rotating them in the proper succession for Ryder to win this fight, because there are 3 ready to go for Rochester. Oh my god, this immortality barrier has to be huge from Poppy, otherwise it is GG's going on to point 2.
Gonna see an early Ant Matrix pop by Poppy. Grizzly gonna throw down the Shatter, self-destruct in there as well. But it's gonna be Foliage's Death Blossom who lands just 1 pick, but that might be all they need. And now we have entered last fight territory for Ryder University. But fortunately, they only used half of the ults that they had in their bank.
Yeah, they still have their Ant Matrix. They still have Nanoblade online. However, Deadeye can make that go bye-bye very, very quickly, and you can sustain through it with that sound barrier. So that is the looks that we were looking for this next fight. Oh my god, bye-bye.
That is huge. Soggy getting picked early on is a massive boon for RIT. They're gonna be able to, if Ryder takes this fight slowly, they can get Soggy back into the fight and make use of that Nano Blade. But we're gonna see a self-destruct thrown in. Forcing the issue is RIT. They want to get these picks before Soggy is back, and they're getting them. Grizzly and Nifty Bean out of the fight. Twitchio can still contribute the Nano boost to Soggy if they're able to find them. 22 seconds left to go. And I don't know if they're going to get another full fight here. This is going to be scuffed. This last fight for Ryder.
Right, this is going to be scuffed as you know what. And, they've got 10 seconds to do it. They're going to have to invest this Nano Blade right now, even to get back onto the point.
And Matrix now committed by Nifty. Beefkeys is good for 1 kill. There is a possibility here. Soggy doing as much as they can to stay alive. The Nano Blade has been committed, but RIT is holding strong through it. All these supports doing a tremendous job keeping their team alive. Ryder has the cart, but that's about all they have left as the ultimates are going to start coming in from RIT. Overtime has been committed. RIT just backing off until they've got a full squad.
Oh, no.
Pines on the flank. This could be absolutely massive. Soggies, though, may be aware of it. They're going to try and take them out before they have an opportunity to make something of this. Pines has to go to the high ground instead. Immortality Field is out. Self-destruct committed. And that's going to take out 2. Pines doesn't get the Deadeye off. Rider University was able to build up an ultimate in the meantime. RIT acted too slow, and that's going to give Rider the first point.
Oh my God. And it was because Soggy went on hunting patrol for Pines, and Pines did not have the wherewithal to hide in that moment. So huge turn of events for Rider University here. They are still going to be facing a little bit in this time deficit, so we'll see what they can get done here. Oh my gosh, I'm worried about this. I'm worried about this seriously for Rider, but they have 2 ultimates ready to go right now.
And we're going to see them used, I think, in rapid succession here. Foliage getting ready with this Death Blossom. They've seen that the Amp Matrix was used. They are able to connect for 1. And the rest of RIT is there to pick up the pieces as well. Sev taken out, but that's not going to matter because the lion's share of the kills in favor of RIT.
Oh man, what a good teleport in from Foliage as well, confirming the kill onto the Baptiste and the mech of Ranger there. So good work out of them. Now, you know, it's all about building up ultimates again. Soggy's going to have Blade, though. There is not the Ana anymore, so no Nano Blade coming in this next fight. Big Bomb coming in.
That has the potential to be big. It's just gonna take out the Immortality Field. Ryder able to kite away from it. Seb has the Shatter ready to go, but so does Grizzly. Grizzly gonna throw theirs down. It's not gonna land. Seb Shatter does, though. That's gonna take out a couple of key members of Rider University, and they are forced back to spawn.
I mean, that's just fantastic work out of them. Just waited and baited out the Shatter coming from Grizzly. Seb lets his go, and that is GG's go next. So, window available to Rider University. Also, the Death Blossom also ready to go. You have both support ultimates for Rochester. So, RIT has definitely got the advantage in this next fight.
Amplification Matrices committed on both sides. Death Blossom in from Keys, but the Immortality Field was there from Poppy. Sound barrier as well. That's going to mean the lion's share of the damage going to go into our Rider University. Self-destruct doesn't land. Saki good for 1 kill, but that's going to be it. And now we're in last fight territory once again for Rider.
Oh, and there was somebody contesting the payload, and then they got off. So, yeah, I mean, they've got 1 fight here to do it. They've got, I mean, they're not going to have anything in this fight. They just expended their entire bank. Ranger pulling out the Wrecking Ball now to see what they can get out of it. Shots being peppered in by Pine. This could be a very big Death Blossom.
It certainly could. They have to know it's coming. They have to know. Immortality Field committed
Oh
early
my
on,
God!
and that means it's going to go down. The Death Blossom lands. This is RIT sealing the deal, coming away with the win on Route 66 and overcoming Rider on the payload. Congratulations to them with a 3-1 victory.
Even with the Immortality Field, it just pressed Q and it was gone in a couple of swipes. And that is exactly what they needed. And then the 3K on top of that. Beautiful work. I'm surprised they didn't get the play of the game with that. But, you know, Keys did have a pretty fantastic Deadeye here to seal the deal here in this team fight. But no dice there. GG's go next. I mean, that was a fantastic fight that came out from Rider. But at the end, RIT just too much power in their compositions that Rider just could not overcome it.
Yeah, the Tigers tore through the competition today. And while that's going to do it for this matchup, we've got just a little bit more left here. We're going to get an interview with one of the members of the RIT squad. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Welcome back, everybody. We have got the visionary Viz on the line from Rochester Institute of Technology, fresh from his car. The fire alarms striking again. Now, congratulations, Viz. First off, and second, were you the player that had the fire alarm during the game as well?
Was, yes.
Oh, that is unfortunate. I'm sorry. Twice in one night. That is unlucky to say the least.
Yeah, a bit rough.
All right. Well, what wasn't rough was your gameplay today. So, I want to know, 3-1, right? You lost Hollywood. No, but going back and thinking about it, I feel like had you been on the composition you were at the end for your defense, that might have gone a little better at the beginning. What was the major change or adaptation that you feel like you had to make after losing Hollywood to come back in this matchup?
I mean, to be honest, we kind of were just, we felt like the first round was super one-sided, so we kind of like, I don't know, didn't focus as much. So then they kind of got the better of us. So we just need to focus up again, just play clean and good Overwatch.
Yeah, I mean, you guys did play clean. Hollywood was a bit of a wonker, if I'm honest. But what I did notice is a lot of kiting, especially with you playing in the Diva. Is that a major focus for you when you are playing said hero? Because we saw it time and time again. The kite back for your supports, which we'll talk about next, was nothing short of fantastic most of the series. So how much work have you been putting into that?
Quite a bit. I during the first map, I kind of went back to my Diva roots, and I was kind of just playing for kills, But it's been a lot of work to try and focus more on my support for my team, my DM usage, all that stuff.
Okay, now let's talk about those supports, because we saw a couple of times where they just lived where they should have never lived. Your support line was absolutely cracked tonight. Can you tell me what it's like working with them? Because we saw it like they were standing in a corner with a Grizzly juggling them and keeping themselves alive, cuddled for comfort in the corner.
Yeah, they're great. I mean, there's a lot of times where, maybe Seb will charge in and he probably shouldn't live, or I'll fly in and shouldn't live, but, they just get us the healing we need. So it's really great.
Awesome. Well, yeah, they're certainly some standout players from your squad. Last question for you before we send you back. Anyone you'd like to give a shout out to? Friends, family, teammates, whoever.
So I'll shout out Mia. She's a friend of the team. She's always there watching our games,
Oh,
cheering us
awesome.
on the sidelines. Our coaches, they spend a lot of time with us. They probably have better stuff they could be doing, but they sit by and watch our games, help us improve. And just thanks to Ryder for showing up, sticking out the duration of the game.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming in for the interview tonight, and good luck to you in the rest of the season.
Thank you.
You bet. Well, Chef Billy, that's going to do it for me tonight. You've got a couple more games ahead of you. But I'm going to be signing off for the evening. I'm going to leave you in very capable hands, though, coming up next. So enjoy the rest of the evening. Before I sign off, any final words from you, Chef Billy?
I mean, they're almost on 500 now. They are 6-7 on the season. RIT is starting to ramp up here at the very end of the season. They're going to be making a good push for those playoffs, but we'll see what happens to them in week number 14. But yeah, good casting with you again, Jogo God. Always fun to share the booth with you, and we'll see you next week.